Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now, with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello, my Level Up friends. I am so glad you're here. Last week, we spoke about feelings. Our feelings literally are driving our success. We can set goals, we can create deadlines, we can make declarations, and we can go through the motions. But here is the thing. It is your feelings, right? If your feelings are lack, if your feelings are disbelief, the motions won't move you. Your feelings are driving your energy to move. So it's about getting in tune. So dig deep and feel your next level. You know what happens when we feel it. It fuels your faith. We believe and we know, right? And we get excited because we know what we are working towards is already ours in our mind. So last week's topic is a great segue to today's topic, right? So we're taking feelings that form a belief, and then the belief builds a faith. It becomes a knowing. So as you know, I get very inspired by books and authors all of the time. I am a personal growth lover. I love taking it all in, and I am inspired to take that knowledge and apply it to grow. So one of the books I've read recently, and I'm currently reading it again, is The Miracle Equation by Hal Elrod. And I heard Hal actually for the first time. It was a few years ago in Canada. We were both keynote trainers for the same conference. And I loved his story. First of all, he has an amazing story of overcoming. He had overcame cancer. His story is amazing. So if you haven't read his books, definitely read his books. I loved his story, which inspired me to read his book, The Miracle Morning. Okay. So that's a different book. It was his first, I believe his first book. Don't quote me on that, but the first book of his that I read, I should say. And the premise behind that book is how we start our day is everything, right? So often people get up and they're just thrown right into their day. Maybe they're waking up and they're, rushing off to school or rushing off to work or, taking care of their kids and they're just thrown into their day, whatever it is. So this book talks about getting up earlier, like 5 a.m. earlier, right? And starting your day with this formula, and it's a game changer. So the formula that he speaks about, and I actually want to do a whole episode on the best way to start off your mornings because it does fuel our day. It begins our day. It's everything. Okay. So the formula he talks about is SAVERS, SAVERS, right? So the S, and the letters represent something. So S is for sitting in silence and meditating. You guys, so I do this formula every single day. I mean, are there occasional a day where I don't for whatever reason? Yeah. But I have to tell you, it shows up in my day. Like, I love this. So S is for like meditating. So I get up first, I go downstairs. The first thing I do is a 10-minute meditation. And you could pick, a guided meditation. You could do meditation on your own, but like I always have for gratitude, for abundance, and it quiets the mind. It fills up the heart. It starts my energy. It's like, and you're focusing on your breath. You're like breathing in gratitude and exhaling gratitude. Okay. The A is for affirmations. Speaking over yourself, speaking into yourself, right? So the next one is visualization. It's looking at your dream board. I actually look at my dream board, and while I'm looking at it, I say my affirmations out loud. Okay. E is for exercise. And so he puts there in the book, I think it's like 15 minutes. So that's not when I actually do my workout, but that is when I use my rebounder. And I bounce. So I could do a whole episode on the rebounder too. I love it. Okay. So I do that. And then S is for scribing, which is gratitude. And when you start your day off that way, it's amazing. So he began getting up at 5 a.m. to do this, and it's a game changer. And so I have 4 kids who are my world. I have a business that I love. However, in order for me to be my best at life, it's all about waking up and starting my day off right. So again, we're going to do an episode on that, but that isn't today's topic, but I wanted to give you some backstory, right? So that was the first book I read of him. But then here's why. Here's why I want to give you that backstory. Because starting off our day this way, right, it's amazing. But we could do affirmations, we can visualize, we can feel gratitude, all of it. But now what? Like, what's next? And the goal is for all of it to inspire us to move, to take action, to level up, to expand in our space, to apply effort and grow our success. So I'm going to be talking today, okay, about unwavering faith and extraordinary effort. And this episode is inspired by this book, right? So Hale Elrod's book is called The Miracle Equation. And first of all, you have to know that we're all about word of mouth. If I'm recommending a book, I'm certainly not saying I'm E.F. Hutton. I'm just saying, like, I read so many books and it's like the top of the top that I really feel have impacted my life. And what I love so much about this book, it's simple and it's brilliant. And from experience, I know it is exactly how I've created things in my life. We have an opportunity right now to become our own miracle, to create the life of our dreams, the success we desire, all of it. Here is the question, the $1 million question. Are you willing to put forth the effort that it takes? So often we use words, right? Like words. We declare, we get excited. My friends, you were called here right now for a reason. It's time to work behind the scenes and apply the effort that it truly takes. So I want to share a story with you, not to impress you, but to impress upon the power of effort. And I can recall being at a conference in 2006. My team and I had just grown to a level that was the top 2%. Okay. And I have to admit, I walked into that conference feeling I was all that. And I look back now and I think how young I was in my leadership. Looking back, I was a little bit about the hype. Okay. There I was. Look at me. This is the energy I was giving off. Look at me. Look what I achieved. And you know what? I quickly learned that this was not a destination. This was a starting point. Success is about effort, right? And as I sat there in that arena, I watched so many of the top get recognized. There were thousands of people. And I can vividly remember thinking, like, how am I going to grow to those places? If there's really already so much success that already exists, how am I going to separate? How? You ever think of the how? You guys, and then a light bulb moment went off and it hit me like a ton of bricks. And it sounded something like this. I'm just going to outwork everyone. And not in comparison. I'm just going to put my head down and I'm going to go to work and I'm going to apply effort and I'm going to have faith. And this was long before I just read the book a few months ago, right? So what I love so much about this book, it's if you go back and you look at anybody who's achieved anything great, this is how they did it, no matter what it is. And I thought to myself, I'm going to just apply effort over a sustained period of time. I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to fall more in love with my vision and I'm going to build my passion. I'm going to believe no matter what. I'm going to have faith no matter what. I'm going to apply effort no matter what, for as long as it takes. You guys, average people are looking for the hype. They're looking for the accolades. And trust me, we all love them. We do, right? Everybody, we're all wearing this neon sign that says, make me feel important, make me feel appreciated. But looking back, I was for sure, but not anymore. I'm not looking, and again, we still all love the accolades, but I think back then, I was looking to be a rock star. And like a rock star, I don't know what a rock star could represent something different for you, but like, I don't know, flashy and did it and whatever. And like, I don't know, you become more seasoned. I'm looking more to be a legend in life. And so what does a legend represent to me? It's somebody who's going to be here for the long haul, no matter what. No matter what comes, they're committed to growth. They're committed to overcoming obstacles. They're willing to create a miracle. They're a miracle. They're evidence. They're evidence of what could be done in life. I'm at the beginning of my journey of success, and so are you. Here are some of the things that I absolutely love about this book. Okay, so the goal of this book is to move success from possible to probable to inevitable, right? So when we hear about success or we have a goal, we know that it's possible. If somebody else has done it, it's possible. But then how do we go from possible to probable? There's a level of belief, right? There's a level of knowing. There's a level of skills. There's a level of effort between one and the other. And then how do we move it to inevitable? It's just keep going. It's going no matter how long it takes without an end deadline over an extended period of time. And he gave several examples of the world's top achievers, right? Top achievers, innovators, athletes, philanthropists, and anyone who's made a significant contribution to this world. That's how they did it. The key is establishing and maintaining. Like, I could jump out of my seat saying that. Establishing and maintaining unwavering faith. You guys, the reason why I stress maintaining, average people don't. They don't follow through. They curl up and they lose their potential and their vision and their love because they let somebody else infiltrate their faith and take this away. So the key is establishing and maintaining unwavering faith that you can, and then putting forth extraordinary effort until you do. And when this is done over an extended period of time, we can't fail. No matter what it is we do in life, you will stumble, you will experience setbacks, but your success will ultimately move you from possible to probable to inevitable. Once you achieve this, you become what he refers to as a miracle maven, okay? And miracle mavens, they have committed to these two decisions. Number one, unwavering faith. Number two, extraordinary effort. Not like I feel like it today effort. Not like I'm going to do it for 10 minutes. Not like I'm going to do it until I start scrolling, okay? It's not like I'm going to put in the effort until, my bullshit shows up. Extraordinary effort. This not only creates extraordinary results for them, but for the world. You really think of the people that have impacted the world. And no matter what you do for a living, like I hold that in my heart. I have the ability to impact the world. You have the ability to impact the world. God gave us the gift of leadership, and I'm not wasting it. So think of the impact potential, the lives you can touch, right? By having unwavering faith and effort. Every time we expand, every time we achieve our next level, what happens? We become better. And the better we are, the more we impact the people around us in a positive way. Once you become a miracle maven, okay, you know the power of this formula. Unwavering faith, extraordinary effort over an extended period of time. What happens? You do it over again and over again in nearly every single thing that you do. Have you ever seen a person of excellence and you're like blown away? Like they excel in every single area of their life and it's mind blowing to you. But here's the thing. How we do anything is how we do everything. Once you know this, once you do this, you're not willing to take the shortcut. You're not looking for easy. You know that anything worthwhile takes effort. You know that anything worthwhile takes unwavering faith, steadfast faith. Like your feet are in that ground, so rooted in faith that nobody could take that away from you. Embodying the qualities of a miracle maven is the ultimate goal of building success. This formula has the potential to make your biggest, scariest, and most improbable goals come true. These are the miracles that we have control over. We have the ability to create miracles in our lives. We have the ability to consciously create them over and over again because we understand the process. First, and the key is to believe that the result you are seeking is possible and that you can produce it, okay? Like, this is where belief in yourself comes, right? You not only, whatever you're building, you need to believe in that, whether it's a brand, whether it's a company, whether it's a team. Do you believe in that? Do you believe in the industry that you're a part of? Do you believe if you're selling something, whatever you sell? But here's the most important ingredient. Do you believe in you? Do you believe in you? Because we're all selling ourselves every day. It's not why this company, why you? Are you going to be here? Are you committed? What do you represent? What's your level of excellence? So do you believe you can produce it? This goes back to the law of attraction. It's your feelings. They are the power and the possibility behind your goal. Becoming a miracle maven is a way of being. It's a habit, right? When you live with unwavering faith and put forth the extraordinary effort, you're a miracle maven. If you say, well, how do I know? Like, how do I know if I become one? Because your accomplishments have made a significant difference. They've made a difference in your life, maybe in the world. You've made a difference. You were all born with unlimited potential. But here is the thing. Here is what separates the miracle mavens, the 1%ers in anything in life, the top of their game, their industry, their job, their profession. Miracle mavens figured out how to tap into it. They figured out how to tap into their unlimited potential that is deep inside your heart. It is deep inside your soul. It is dying to come out, but it is not only waiting for an invitation, it is waiting for you to unlock those chains that have been bound and keeping you from playing full out. Miracle mavens tap into their unlimited potential. When you discover how to do this, the entire game changes. Your external circumstances, they don't define you. Your past is not predicting your future. It's not creating your future. It's not dictating your future. The key is to visualize your ideal future. Like, what is your future? What do you see? What is your title? What is your income? Where do you live? How many lives have you changed? See it clearly. And then establish a belief, like a belief that's so rock solid that you are 10 feet tall and bulletproof. I want you to believe that it's possible for you. You guys, I'm jumping out of my seat. Belief has a sound, it has an energy, it has a feeling, and when belief walks through that door, everybody turns around. So there's the law of attraction again, right? And next is moving toward it. Miracle mavens, they decide what they want is possible, right? They figured out what they need to do to make it probable. So the actions, right? So again, whatever you do in life, if you're an athlete, how many hours is it going to take for you to go out on that field and practice to be your best? If you're in sales, what are you going to do? How many phone calls? How many hours are you going to practice? Like, what is it? If you're looking to grow your leadership, how many books? How many podcasts? How many practicing? How many hours of doing the do? And then you continue to give it every single thing you have until your success becomes inevitable. And you guys, no matter what, that's what miracle mavens do. And you can do the same. And if nobody told you that, then I'm here to be that voice that's letting you know you could do the same. But here's the thing. The goal you decide to tackle, it doesn't have to be world changing. It could be big. It could be small. It could be simple. It could be, complicated. The key is that it must be meaningful to you. That is the significance that will serve as your driver. So what kind of significance am I talking about? Your why. What's your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you want to level up in life? Why do you want to grow your success? What are you creating? Who will it impact? What does it mean to you? Do you know your why? Does it move you? Does it inspire you? Does it get you through anything and everything because your why is so big and so powerful? It's wrapped in so much love that you are unstoppable. The key is not to come from a place that I'm not good enough, but rather coming from a place that I am limitless. I have more to give. It's the difference that miracle mavens live by. They maintain unwavering faith in themselves. They expect that what they want in their life will come to be. They do not take a passive role in their pursuits. They do not stare at a vision board, repeat affirmations, and wonder why nothing is happening. Miracle mavens think and they act different than an average person. And you guys, you're not average. You are special. None of us were born average. Average is the decision. It's not unlocking that unlimited potential. Okay. Average people allow self-doubt to consume their thinking. Miracle mavens choose to override fear with faith. They have a foundational mindset that they can and they will win at everything they do. In addition, they accept when they don't win. You guys, there's going to be challenges, going to be setbacks. There's going to be goals you put out that you don't meet. But guess what? Miracle mavens move on. They move on. It's part of the journey. The greatest lessons, I could speak from my experience, have been in the lows, have been in the valleys, have been in the darkness when I was actually tested. How bad do you want this? Okay. So one of the quotes that was in this book, and it's by Simon Sinek, S-I-N-E-K. Okay. I might be pronouncing his name wrong. Champions are not the ones who always win the races. Champions are the ones who get out there and try. And they try even harder the next time. Champion is a state of mind. They are devoted. They compete to best themselves as much as, if not more, than they compete to best others. Again, we're in competition with ourselves to be better and bigger than we were last time. They understand that they must put forth effort to get results. They are willing to do what's necessary to earn what it is they want. There are two decisions that we consciously fail to make. Like, I love this. Like, conscious means we're aware that we're failing to make these decisions. And isn't it amazing sometimes that we wonder, like, why don't we have that? Why haven't we achieved that? Why did they get it? What did they have? Make the decisions. These are decisions that we consciously fail to make over and over again, and they hold us back from our goals. They are, one, the decision to maintain unwavering faith. Like, and you guys, average people, they have faith for 45 minutes. They have faith for a month. They have faith when everything goes their way. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about convenient faith. I'm not talking about easy faith. I'm talking about unwavering faith. And the decision to put forth extraordinary effort. What holds anyone back from the life they truly want, whether it's health, success, income, promotion, is either one, they lack the faith that they can, or two, they don't put forth the necessary effort. That's it. Honestly, that's it. And here's the thing. Many people don't do either. They don't do either. And yet wonder why nothing is changing for them. Nothing changes for you. Everything changes because of you. Okay. So extraordinary effort doesn't always mean hard work. Plus, when you're in it, when you're going for it, you know it's yours. Like, the effort feels effortless. You're on a mission. You're unstoppable. You're unshakable. It's a feeling. Everyone around you knows it. When you speak of your goals, they know it. They believe you. Belief has a sound. The energy behind the words is powerful. When you speak, here is the difference, right? When you say or declare your goals or share your vision, let me ask you a question. Is there an invisible exclamation point or an invisible question mark? Because it's always there. And that's the difference. And it does require energy on your part. What makes the effort extraordinary is that it's sustained over an extended period of time. And without it, you have nothing to fuel your faith. So often, in fact, you guys, 90% or more, the effort isn't sustained. That's the reality. I mean, this should be exciting to you. Like, I read this book and I know this, okay? I achieved goals in my life utilizing this formula. Anybody who's achieved anything big, utilize this formula. But I was like, like I was delivered the answer to everything. And so when you're hearing this, this should make you thrilled, because how many people sit and wonder why isn't it happening? But like, I've tried and I want this and I'm doing this, but the effort isn't sustained. So often, you know what average people do? I'm going to give it a try. Yeah. I'm going to give it a whirl. This is my favorite. If it's meant to be, it's going to happen. I'm going to do my best, right? But there's no feeling behind it. Like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean when you're going to do your best? Like, you're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. Because even if you fall short, I'm going to give it my best means I'm going to give it a try. If it doesn't work, I'm going to give it my all. Like, no matter what, at some point, it's going to happen. I'll base my actions on effort, on the reactions of other people, right? How other people react, I'm going to mirror that, right? Or I'm going to put in the effort until I feel growing pains. Or I'm going to put in the effort until, I don't get the proper recognition or the proper love, or people don't join me, or they don't follow me, blah. Okay. Success isn't for the uncommitted. It isn't for the lazy. That's not why you're here. And unfortunately, this type of effort, extraordinary effort, it's also unnatural. Extraordinary effort over an extended or over a sustained period of time isn't natural for most people. So we so often choose short-term pleasure at the expense of long-term success. Then we do this, and it causes us to put forth minimum effort. And then what happens? We remain in our comfort zones. We remain at our current level. And then we get dissatisfied. We get frustrated. And frustration is a result of cutting the corners. And it prevents us from doing what's right, because doing what's easier, it's just that. You guys, it's easier, right? So obstacles, setbacks, challenges, people quitting, people being negative, people not supporting you. This is when sticking to the miracle equation is challenging. I love the word challenge, you guys. That's how we grow, right? We don't grow without a challenge, right? We don't change without a challenge. In fact, I've talked about this on, and who knows where I heard this from, but you remove LLE from challenge is change. The only way to change, the only way to evolve is to grow through this stuff. When this stuff shows up, they're the forks in the road. This is where we make a conscious decision to become a miracle maven or a statistic. 80% of people don't do this. 70% of people don't do this. Okay, boom, go to the left. Because you want to know why? There's a variety of reasons, but when the going gets tough, people bail out. That's why. No matter what you do for a living, they stop pushing. They stop being their very best. They forget their why. There will always be invitations. It's always going to be very tempting to good enough. Like here, I invite you to the good enough club. It was good enough. Or average. That's not why you're here. You know that you were made for more. When you establish unwavering faith that you can reach a goal, you then create an internal drive. And this internal drive is what propels you into action. This is your extraordinary effort. The effort then feeds into a sense of deservingness, right? And deservingness fuels faith. The main reason when we feel unworthy, it's kind of like a knowing that we're not doing our best. We could be doing more. We feel out of integrity. And when that happens, we avoid doing what it takes. We're avoiding the grind. And with each day, the feelings of unworthiness, they build inside of our mind and inside of our heart. When in reality, we're all worthy. We just need to get to work. You know when a leader is on a mission, right? There's a sound, it's an energy, nothing is stopping them. It's like this whirlwind of positivity and love. Once you override your fear and self-doubt with faith, and then release the unproductive habits that have been preventing you from putting forth the effort, because that's the thing. We have habits. It's our habits behind our actions that are creating or not creating our success, okay? And when you release the unproductive habits, you immediately tap into your full capabilities. Achieving goals will become second nature when you create the habits that fuel your fire. It's our day-to-day habits that hold us back. We're going to do a whole episode on habits soon too, because like as I kind of think of one episode, it's expanding into all these other ones. Our habits are what bring us toward or away from our next level. Most people see miracle mavens and they think, everything just flows to them. But here's the thing. The more you practice this, the more you live this, the more you are willing to put yourself out there to create miracles by putting forth extraordinary effort and maintaining faith over an extended period of time, the more resources show up in your life, the more opportunities show up in your life, the more positivity shows up in your life. It's what you're giving, you're receiving. Success takes believing in what you cannot see, okay? So I'm going to invite you into the magic and the miracle that you have the potential to create in your life. The miracle equation is easy to explain, right? I mean, think about it. Actually, this whole book was amazing, but it's really an easy thing to explain. And yet few people understand how to execute it. The two decisions, they're not complicated to understand. And when combined and sustained, produce extraordinary results. They require us to defy our natural tendency to cut corners, to arrive, to complain, to blame, to justify, our natural tendency to stay in our comfort zone. They require us to hang up our good enough uniform. Like, take it off. Take off that uniform that's good enough and trade it in for our best self uniform, okay? They require fire, passion. It's the internal drive to become our very best. It's putting on blinders. It's not listening to the odds. The purpose of a goal is not only to achieve the goal, right? We set a goal to be on a mission to achieve it. However, the purpose of the goal is to become the type of person who could achieve not only this goal, but any goal by always giving it every single thing you have, regardless of your results. And I stress that because most people are willing to give everything they have if they can see it. If they know they have a 99% chance, you need to be willing to go for it, even if you have a 1% chance. That's how you create it. It is who you become through that process what matters more than actually reaching the goal. In this book, what I love so much, so he was in direct selling. He gave tons of examples, but no matter what we do for a living, this analogy was amazing, okay? So he had this analogy of fear of his $20,000 goal. It was like a goal that he put out. I want to say that nobody in his company did it, but don't quote me on it, okay? And he had this fear, but then he was like committed to it. He was in. And how did he combat this fear? He believed he could. He believed that he could. And he next had to establish unwavering faith, because without having unwavering faith, he would have never put in the effort, right? The effort as a result of believing that you can. And this was huge with anyone in any type of sales, right? Anyone with a deadline, anyone on a mission to challenge themselves. Most only go for it when they believe they can. So I'm going to ask you this. What are you waiting for? Like, what are you waiting for? What's your goal? Like, do you believe that you can? Because that's when you're going to move. That's when you're going to move. And the only person that's going to build that belief that you can is you. It's not anybody else. It's great when people believe in us, but I'm telling you this with love. If you're waiting for that, you're going to be waiting for a long time. So back to his story. He had 3 days left in the month, right? His goal was $20,000. He had $7,000. So what did that mean? He needed $13,000 more in 3 days. You guys, his mind was made up. He could have easily said, but like, there's only 3 days, talked himself out of it. Maybe there's next month. And by the way, nothing is more powerful than a made-up mind. His faith was unwavering. And because of that, he applied the extraordinary effort. He pushed aside his concern of how is it going to happen. And he gave several examples, but in the last hour of his deadline, he had $6,000 in sales. Okay. So you can't predict how your path is going to play out to reach your goal. The key is giving it every single thing you have until the last possible. What if he would have given up at the last hour? What if good was good enough? Okay. But he didn't. He wasn't willing to give up faith or effort, regardless of your results along the way. The only reason the miracles showed up on the last day for him was because he became a miracle maven. He knew that he was doing it. There was no doubt. He was on a mission. The universe had his back. The feeling behind the goal was love and decision. He did it. And you know what happened next? He expanded his goal. He continued to raise that number. He raised the bar. He raised the bars for others. When you go first, you're giving other people permission to follow. When we do what average people don't, we expand what's possible for others and inspire others to do the same. Average people hang out on a place called Destination Island. Success is so much more than wishing for it. It's about understanding how to move from wanting it to creating it. So I want to leave you with this thought, okay? In order to really level up your life, let's get real. Let's get really real for a minute. Can you look in the mirror and know you are putting forth extraordinary effort? And I guess the question I really should ask you is, do you believe that the next goal that you have set for you is possible for you? Do you believe that you're possible? Do you believe that you're able? Do you believe that you will? Because that is the foundation, the belief and the feelings behind it, right? But here's the thing when it comes to effort, we can all do more. Average people do what's required. You were born to stand out. You were born to create miracles. You were born to break limits and set and raise bars. Are you blazing a trail? Are you obsessed to be evidence of what's possible in this world? Are you on a mission to be a shining light of possibility? Do other people doubt you? Show them. Build their faith with your evidence. What do you do when you hear the word no? Do you take it as rejection or as an opportunity to learn, to be better? Does your faith waver when others don't see your vision? Are you letting your fears hold you back from playing full out? We all have two wolves inside of us. One wolf is fear, one is faith. You know which wolf lives? The one you feed. Extraordinary effort begins when we know we can. Do you know you can? I don't care what the odds are. I don't care what the percentages are. I care what your potential is, and you were born limitless. I know we were all born to be our very best. The odds are because most will never do what they say. Most will never build the belief, build the faith, and put in the effort that is required to take their success from possible to probable to inevitable. But what about you? Are you betting on you? We all have different starting points in whatever it is we do. We have different talents. We have different strengths. We have different backgrounds. We all have something unique. But no matter who you are and what you do, my mission is to breathe belief in your heart, to be that quiet voice, although my voice is not so quiet, that is saying, yes, you can. You will never know what you are truly capable of until you go for it. You will never know if you can fly until you jump. You will hold yourself back from the life of your dreams by playing safe. Develop your unwavering faith and put in the effort. Be willing to work harder than anyone else. Get up when the world is sleeping. If you're told to make 50 phone calls, do more. Do more than what's expected. Do whatever it takes. And you guys, I am wishing you a fabulous week. And I'm going to start sharing some of your beautiful comments that I've seen on Instagram and YouTube, and I'm going to start sharing them on my story. Okay. So if you're not following me, you could follow me at levelup.debbieneal. And I'm just excited to share your wins and your love with the world. So again, we could touch as many lives as possible. So next week, we're going to be talking about happiness. And this is huge. Happiness isn't about others. It isn't about our circumstances. And it's not anyone else's job to make us happy. Happiness is an inside job. It is the cause, not the effect. I love you all. I will talk to you Monday.